So we said that there are three types of reasons that led to the French Revolution: the social reasons, the economic reasons, or the political reasons. These are three different branches, like the tree diagram that you drew. Under each factor, you will have more than 1 point. So we said that the social reasons were the Enlightenment ideas, were the American Revolution, were the resentment between among the lower classes, and the new ideas that they got about the government. Now, the second branch of reasons, or the second type of reasons, give me a second.
آخر اتنين في social reasons.
Okay, give me a second.
طيب مس حاجة تانية، هو في الثيرد ستيت المفروض بنكتب بيشتغلوا ايه بس، صح؟ مش بنكتب numbers او اي حاجة.
No, we have to write everything, just like I explained.
يعني
Why
نكتب
we don't
بيشتغلوا
want
ايه؟
1 million. This is Peter, right? Because
Yes.
oh, can we let the three estates, can we discuss it later on, even on WhatsApp, because we already finished it and you sent me your picture on Messenger. I'll get back to you. Yani, I'll tell you what's missing, but you have to write everything. So now I can continue with the reasons, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So the second branch, other than the social, is the economic problems or the economic triggers. What were the economic triggers? The first one was the increased debts. The economy was declining, even though the Roman Catholic Church and the nobles were collecting taxes from the lower classes. The taxes were not enough to build the economy. The second thing that happened was that the cost of the living started increasing. What we buy and where we live and what we do, the crops, everything started increasing. The third reason was that the bad weather caused crop failure. So the crops were only a little, and again their prices started to increase. The fourth reason was that due to all of the above, starvation started to happen. Okay? So we have four economic reasons: increasing debts, economy declining, okay, and under these
مش قلتي increasing this
increasing debts, DEBS,
اوكي تمام
increasing debts, okay, and with the increasing debts, even though the taxes were collected a lot, these taxes were not enough. So the second reason is that the economy started to decline. The third reason is that the cost of living increased. The fourth reason, the crops were little. Yes, the bad weather caused low crops or low harvests. And finally, all of this caused famines. Sorry. Do you all understand?
Can you say the third point again?
I'll repeat them all again. And you will write them down. I just need you to check if you understand them or not. Do you understand all of the economic reasons?
Yes.
Okay. Now there is one final economic reason, and it's related to our new subtopic. How many of you know Louis and Marie Antoinette? Louis the 16th and Marie Antoinette. Myrna and who else is there? Myrna and Minna. Okay. Well, those of you who do not know Louis and Marie, so we still have two more, and Basant and Salma. Okay. Louis was the monarch or the ruler of France during the 1700s, along with his wife Marie Antoinette. Louis was considered one of the weakest rulers all over history. And because of his actions, along with Marie Antoinette, they were the last and most reason that caused the drop of the economy. Okay? Now, before I continue, who can tell me what are the characteristics of a strong leader? If a person needs to rule a country, what characteristics should he develop or possess?
Brave, to be brave.
Brave, okay. What else? Myrna?
Intelligence.
Loyal.
Intelligence, loyalty,
Responsibility.
responsibility. Boys, would you mind sharing your answers with us?
Knowledge.
Boys, just give me a second. Instead of calling names and asking you to answer personally, I would like some volunteers, please. Rashwan, Matar, Omar, Dahrouk.
ايوه
I'm not calling you to say aywa. I'm calling you to focus and answer. Matar, let's start with you.
مطر
Yes,
أقول إيه؟
answer the question.
Can you repeat the question?
No, I can't because this is what you do every single time.
أنا؟ ألو
Yes.
معلش يا مستر repeat.
No, I'm not. Dahrouk, would you answer the question, please?
Mr. I can answer.
Gamal, would you answer the question, please?
Wait 1 minute طيب يا مس.
I don't need to wait 1 minute.
بدور على الإجابة بس.
الإجابة مش في الكتاب.
أمال الإجابة أجيبها منين طيب؟
دماغك.
بس أنا عرفت السؤال.
مس وانا برضه انا عارف الاجابه اصلا قبل ما في السؤال.
بيتر.
يا سلام.
مس ثانية بفكر في الإجابة.
bravery.
هقول لك يا مس.
We already said bravery.
طب
creativity.
ما هو كله اتقال.
Okay.
ما قلناش creativity.
Daniel, can you add?
To be democracy.
Fairness.
ألو.
I only need Daniel to answer, please.
Fairness.
Can you think of one more characteristic?
Good sense of judgment.
Can't hear you. Daniel, not Peter.
I said fairness.
You said A?
Fairness.
Fairness. Okay. Hamid. Okay. Fair enough. Ruji.
Yes.
Can you give me one more characteristic? We said bravery, loyalty, fairness, intelligence.
Witty and charming.
No, he doesn't need to be charming to rule. He can be ugly and rule. Louis was only, as far as I remember, I think he was 95 or 100 centimeters tall. He was a meter tall, so he didn't. Okay, so Louis, since we were talking that he was the monarch or the ruler of France, he was the opposite of everything that you said. All the characteristics of a good leader, Louis was the total opposite. Louis was indecisive. It means that he cannot take a single correct decision. He allowed all the matters to drift, the debts, the prices, the people, the taxes. He paid little attention or no attention to his government advisors. Everything that they say, he wouldn't care, he wouldn't pay attention, and he wouldn't change anything that happens. Now, when his wife, the Queen, Marie Antoinette, discovered that he was indecisive and he was weak and he was only interested in parties and hunting, she decided to take control. Indirectly, she decided to become the leader and rule, or she decided to give the decisions. But she was found of money, gowns, jewelry, gifts, and cake, or pastry in general. Marie Antoinette was not French. She was a member of the Austrian royal family. Austria is the neighbor of France, but at that time, it was considered as a long time enemy. So people did not like Marie because she ruled the French people, or she was married to the ruler of the French people, and she was from the enemy. Plus, neither her nor her husband could rule properly. People started calling her as Madame de Fessy. It's written here, which means that the lady of the losses. Why? Because she tried to handle the finance of the country, but instead she drifted and she started spending it on what she likes. Okay? So this is the last economic problem, which is the extra spending of Louis and Marie Antoinette from the money of the country, and France trying to help the Americans in the American Revolution also weakened the economy. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 economic reasons. Do you have any problems understanding them? Okay, I'll take this as a no. The last part, or the last branch of reasons or triggers, was the political. Okay, now the political has all the details that Marie and Louis did, which I explained a couple of seconds earlier, which is that he was indecisive, he did not pay attention to the government, he was interested in the parties and the hunting, that he married a member from the royal Austrian family, which was France's longtime enemy, that the wife interfered and tried to rule or take control of the governmental matters, but instead she started spending or expenses extravagantly or excessively on gowns, jewelry, cake, and gifts, and gambling. Okay, these are the political reasons. Do you have any questions concerning the political, the economic, the social?
بس ممكن تقولي political points تاني.
So you can write them, or so you can understand them.
No, write them.
Okay, give me a second and I'll let you copy it down.
Nasman,
Yes.
I felt they were almost the same as the economic.
لا,
I can
economic, you're only going to state that the monarchy helping the American Revolution. This is economic. Political, all the details about the leaders themselves, what they did in the government. Clear?
Okay.
Okay.
بس يعني أكتب إيه في
Give me a
البوليتيكال مش
second. ماشي. Give me a second. I'll share the screen and we'll do it together. Okay? Can you see this? Can you see the word document?
yes اه
So
Yes.
reasons for the revolution. We already said that. One was the social, right? And under one, the social factors are Enlightenment ideas, American Revolution, resentment among lower classes, and new ideas about the government. Clear? Yes?
اوكي
Okay. The economic. Now, increasing debts. The second one is economy declining. And next to economy declining, please write down that even though the Roman Catholic Church and the nobles were collecting high percentages of taxes, but these taxes were not enough to make profits. Done?
Miss even
معلش الرومان كاثوليك تشيرش ومين كمان؟
Even though the Roman Catholic Church and the nobles اللي هم two estates were collecting
تمام.
very high percentages of taxes, they still did not make profit. The third reason is the bad weather that caused crop failure and increase in the prices of the crops or the harvest. Okay, this all led to the starvation of 1789. And finally, the monarchy helping the American Revolution. Okay? Now,
بس
3.
أنا لسه عندي سؤال. هو في 2B هي cost of living starting increasing.
في 2B الايكونومي was declining. يعني الايكونومي declining دي بقى فيها a lot of reasons. The cost of living increased, the taxes were high, people could not find enough jobs, they could not find enough money. يعني all of the details. Okay?
بس أنا أكتب details دي تحتهم صح؟
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
مثلا مش في economic كان في point بتقول إن extra spending of the country's money by Louis and Marie.
دي أنا كنت بشرحها، دي هتتحط في البوليتيكال. ما هو الديتيلز بقى بتاعت what the leader did is in the political, which I'm going to write now. Okay?
يعني
هو
مثلا
احنا
هي الاكسترا سبيندنج بتاعت لوي وماري دول مش في
تحت main leader.
الايكونوميك؟
Yes, yes, yes. Okay?
ماشي.
بس هو احنا نكتب حاجة under starvation of 1789
No.
أو طب
No.
واللي بعديها
All of
نكتب برضه
A, B, C led to the starvation. Okay?
وإيه مش هنكتب برضه تحتها حاجة؟
E, المونarchy helped the American Revolution. Previously كان في American Revolution, و at the end of the American Revolution, if you remember, France joined the Americans to fight the British. When they joined in the last two battles, they had to spend a lot of money on the ships, on the supplies, on the troops. But because they helped the Americans, they spent a lot of money, and now they don't have enough money for their own country. Clear?
Okay.
Okay, now the political reasons. Okay, the first one is the details that we talked about Marie and Louis. Okay, Louis, oh, one second. Louis the 16th, you have to write it. Okay, Louis the 16th was in this, I hate this word, in this way.
نسي الأول.
Okay, Louis being indecisive. Okay, paid little attention to government matters and officials. C, Queen offered poor help and advice. Oh, here we need to add, so you can do it in order, is that he was interested in hunting and parties only, The queen offered poor help and advice when she tried to interfere, tried to handle economic matters. Oh, let's add here that he married an Austrian royalty, and Austria was a long time enemy to France. Okay. The queen offered poor help and advice. She tried to handle economic matters, but instead she started spending the money on.
مس حضرتك هتنزلي الكلام ده ولا نكتبه لحضرتك؟
No, I'm not doing it. I'm doing it now. On jewelry, gowns. Give me a second. Gowns.
Okay.
Gambling. Is this summer?
اه
What do you want?
واحنا نبعته لحضرتك.
No. But you're required to study it, and this is what's accounted for in the exam. Yani I explained it, I'm writing it with you, you have to write it. So whether you're going to do it now, whether you're going to wait for the video, whatever you want. So they tried to handle economic matters. They started spending it on jewelry, gowns.
مس معلش الديتيلز بتاعت الكلام ده احنا اللي نكتبها بقى ولا احنا نعرف الكلام ده بس؟
No, details are found in the book. These are just to make it easier for you. So you know what to go back to. Yes, along with the details. Nothing is cancelled. If there's anything cancelled, I'll let you know. People called her Madame Deficit. Okay? So these are the political reasons. Do you have any questions concerning these reasons?
لسه طب ممكن ننقلهم تاني. Can we have time to copy them?
No, I'm done. You can go back to the video because I need to continue. We still have the last part of the lesson. I'm pretty sure that any of you copied them.
Miss, they called her Madame A.
Deficit. I'll give me a second. I'll share back the screen of the book and then
Okay.
you'll see it.
Miss, can you go back to, can I take a screenshot? So I can take a screenshot.
You should have copied it.
No, I was copying it, but I didn't have time.
It's okay. Just give me a second.
مس بعته على ماسنجر برضه؟
No, you already, we already explained it, so I don't need to check it. Now, let me see. Because of all these problems, the social, the economic, and the political, I can't hear you, whoever is talking. Who was talking? Grade 12, do you need anything? Someone was talking while I was starting to explain. Okay. So because of these, the social, the economic, and the political reasons, there had to be a solution for the problem. So what happened is all the three estates gathered up in a meeting. Representatives showed up from each estate and they decided or suggested that the three estates will call themselves the National Assembly. And this assembly is going to pass on laws on behalf of the French people, and that they will not listen to anything that has to do with the French monarchy. So the people were upset because they paid a lot of taxes, because the economy was dropping, they couldn't find enough food, The food, if they found it, was very expensive. They worked a lot, but most of their income was paid to the nobility and to the Roman Catholic Church. So they couldn't eat, they couldn't live properly, they did not have clean places or good places to live in. And on top of all of this, the monarchy or the king and queen were busy partying, hunting, gambling, and spending the money, the country's money, on themselves without anyone to stop them. So the three estates, the representatives from the three estates gathered up and suggested that these representatives are going to form what is called a national assembly, and they're going to pass laws and changes on behalf of the French people. And they're not going to follow the rules of the Roman Catholic Church or the monarchy. Do you understand?
Miss Mama.
Yes.
So the three estates, you mean the bourgeoisie and the workers and
Yes,
peasants?
the three groups. Yes, sorry, the three
Okay.
groups inside the third estate. اللي هم of course not the Roman Catholic and not the nobles. The three subgroups اللي هم the bourgeoisie, the workers, and the peasants, they decided that they're going to pick representatives, and these representatives are going to make decisions and laws on behalf of the French people, and that they will call themselves the National Assembly. Do you understand?
Yes.
Miss, I don't understand.
Which part exactly don't you understand?
From National Assembly. Yeah, man.
يعني why was it formed ولا what did they do ولا who are they?
Why was it formed?
Why were they formed? Because the people were struggling to live their lives in the third estate, and the king and queen did not care, the nobles did not help, and the Roman Catholic Church did not do anything. So they decided they're going to do some action. We're going to make something. What they did was,
What did you do?
from the three estates, from the three groups, اللي هو البورجوازي والworkers والpeasants, they picked delegates or representatives. With these representatives are going to be called the National Assembly. What will these people do? They will form laws and decisions on behalf of the French people. And the French people will listen to them, and they will not listen to the monarchy or the nobles or the Roman Catholic Church. So now France is divided. National Assembly,
And is it like
delegates
official
of
ولا هم اللي عملوها
هم
كده؟
عاملينها official، مفيش حاجة official، هم they did it. They decided to take control. خلاص, this was the first steps of the revolution. No one was
Okay.
answering them, no one was helping them. Everything is getting harder. So what happened is, we're going to make our own government, which is the National Assembly. We're going to listen only to it. And from the point that the National Assembly was formed, the French government, the French country, was divided into two. The first and second estate, Roman Catholic Church nobles, and the monarchy, of course, the king and queen. And the second group, or the second half, was the third estate, with the three subgroups اللي هم الworkers, الbourgeoisie, who leads them in National Assembly. Clear?
Yes.
Grade 12, do you all understand? Do you have any questions concerning today's part?
No.
لا بس
Okay.
هو درس طويل أوي كده ليه؟
Hmm?
درس طويل أوي كده ليه؟
This is only the first part of the lesson. We still didn't finish it. French Revolution is detailed. So you need to go back to the video, to the lesson, to complete whatever notes you did not write down. Or you can just study from the book and go back to the three diagrams and the subtitles that we wrote, so it can help you. So you can either continue making your own notes in the notebook along with the video, or study from the book. And if you got mixed up, or if you got lost, listen to the video so you can know which parts. Daniel, stop it. Thank you. Other than that, do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay. Did you all see the quiz organizer?
للأسف